doing a video real quick, so I apologize for the light being bad, the sound not being the greatest, my dress not being, all this stuff. Because I'm just so sick of reading on Twitter the fundraising fact that the 25th Amendment can be used to remove President Trump from office when it just really can't. I wanted to start off by saying, my name is Antonio Jorge Guillen. Yes, I'm Hispanic, and I am a registered Democrat in Ohio. So, I'm not just sitting here spewing propaganda for the Republican Party. This 25th Amendment stuff is nonsense. If you read the news articles about it, they'll say, congressional attorneys agree that it does state that Congress can... Yeah, they're talking about the first paragraph of Section 4. They completely missed the second paragraph of Section 4, and I'm going to explain that to you just now. But we're going to review real quick different ways that President Trump could leave office. There's how. 1, the election, which we know mainstream politicians are not prepared to wait until that happens. They're busy fundraising off of the ability to get rid of him now, which they're not going to do. So you have to wait to the election for one way. He could resign. I don't think he's going to resign. If he dies in office, then obviously he's no longer president. Man seems to be in pretty good health for his age, so I don't think that's going to happen. Impeachment, which Maxine Waters has already talked about over and over and over again, yet everybody knows it's not going to happen. Why is it not going to happen? Well, 1, he actually has to commit some type of crime. Now, obstruction of justice, Robert Mueller, still found nothing. So, you'd say there's a crime. Okay? Then the House has to impeach him based on that crime, which is a majority. Well, right now the Republicans have the majority, so you're going to have to peel off, I think it's what, 32 or 40, somewhere in that neighborhood, Republicans to impeach their own party's president. Okay. Then you have to have the Senate convict them. That's 2/3, which would be 67 senators. So that'd be 46 Democrats, 2 independents, and then 19 Republicans have to go along with it too. And 19 Republicans have to go along with impeaching and for the first time ever removing from office a member of their own party. You're going to have a hard time with that, even with McCain probably on board. All right. So that's been hashed out. We've done that 100 times. We've done that dance. No, we know it's not going to happen. Now, they got the ticket. The 25th Amendment. We can call him a narcissist and have him removed because apparently that's a mental disorder. Don't tell Hollywood. But apparently that's a mental disorder. So, that you can remove a president for. Which... you'd have to remove a lot of presidents for that, because you're spending $1 billion to win a job that pays $400,000 a year, and you're surprised you're a narcissist. Okay, so, to activate the 25th Amendment, you have to have 2 things. The Vice President has to agree with this. Mike Pence, probably not going to go along with it, but let's pretend he did, just for the sake of argument. You have to have the Vice President and one of these 2 items. It's designed by the amendment to be the cabinet, the principals, his cabinet, the principal heads that he appointed. These are people he hand-selected. So the likelihood of them going against him, overwhelmingly, just because the Democrats want him to, probably not going to happen. Or, and this is where the constitutional attorneys have been, oh, we got the golden ticket. Forgetting about this guy. But, or, other body of Congress provided by, other body that Congress provides by law. Which means they have to pass the law. Which, again, you have majorities of Republicans in the House and the Senate, but let's say you could get a majority to go along and create this body that does not currently exist, so you actually have to create this body. Alright, so you get this body of nonpartisan, which doesn't exist. I've never met a nonpartisan person, somebody's got an opinion one way or the other. Of doctors, experts, whoever that is appointed by, who knows. Okay, let's say they go along with this and they say he's too in love with himself to be president. Which I don't know if that's a thing, but let's say they say that. And let's say they even get Pence to go mutiny and say Pence says, I'll go along with this. Then you've got 2 of the pieces that you need. Here's the problem. Read the next paragraph. All these constitutional attorneys must have stopped getting paid after reading the first paragraph and didn't read the second one, because it says right there the president can say, I don't have the inability to be president. I'm not incapacitated. Then he gets to stay president. Congress can appeal that. And when I say Congress appeals that, that means they have to pass a law saying that they're appealing it. So again, they have to pass this majority again. And at this point, the political nightmare that everybody's involved in, battling in the press and all this, are you kidding me? Okay. But let's say they do. Again, this is a majority. What happens? Well, in order to declare him and override him saying, I'm fine, you have to have 2/3 of the House and 2/3 of the Senate, which you're never going to get because the House is overwhelmingly Republican majority. Not just 50%, 2/3 you have to have. And, well, if you could do that, you could impeach him. And you wouldn't have to have the VP go along with it. So, the 25th Amendment is a non-starter. It just doesn't exist as far as a way to remove a president that you just don't like and you want him removed because you're upset that you didn't win the election. We lost the election. Democrats lost the election. Move on. Work towards the next one. This one's done. We can't fight this anymore. Okay? So, the 25th Amendment was designed so that if a president was in a coma, or a president got shot, like, Kennedy did, and I think it was Harrison that was in a coma for 80 days as president. So basically, he didn't have a president for 80 days because we didn't have this. If the president were in a coma, or was shot and unconscious, same thing. Well, at that point, you'd probably have the vice president and the cabinet say, well, yeah. And then there'd be no president, awake to say, no, I'm fine. When the president woke up, he could say, I'm fine, and then resume power. And even if he gurgled, I'm fine, at his last breath before he went into a coma, you'd get the House and the Senate to go, yeah, this man's in a coma. He can't be president right now. So we better put the vice president in charge while he's in a coma until he wakes up, which is exactly what this is designed to do. And even back when this was made, the parties didn't trust each other. So that's why they put this in here to say, look, you can't just use this to remove a guy you don't like. You actually have to have a problem. So stop with the 25th Amendment stuff. It's all fundraising. They're making money off of you. That's all they want. They know this. They know this can't happen. They just want you to donate to try to make this happen. And your donation's never going to make this happen. So stop it. Thank you.